so we've got a bit of a gimmick going here, Nat. If you just go through this pile and pick 3 cards, keep them face down.
3 cards.
Just 3 cards.
Any 3.
Yeah, any 3.
Righto. Righto. Yep.
No, yeah, okay, I'll take that back.
Well,
And then you give me these.
Yep.
These are your questions, my friend.
Righto, go
You
for
just
it.
picked your own questions.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so let's check this is going. Yeah, it is going.
Yes.
What role do comic conventions play in your career as an indie creator, and how do you make the most out of these events?
I think that they're really an adjunct. It's an opportunity to allow people to get to know your product.
Yep.
And to show them what product you've got on sale.
Oh, yeah.
So otherwise, sometimes it's a bit of fun. Sometimes it gets so overwhelming, I think, oh, geez, what am I doing here? And sometimes you think, are people actually going to be really interested in what I've got, because there's so much cosplay, there's food, there's so many other things happening that people aren't always interested in comics as such.
Yeah.
But, there's always a chance you might meet someone that's never heard of you or never heard of your product, and you can start showing them what you've got on sale. Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically you could call Comic Street a comic convention as well.
Oh, yeah,
so
but
when you do those sort, then it's probably a lot more.
Yeah. Comic Street, though, is better because Comic Street's got everyone running by.
Yeah.
Everyone stops to look, and it's comic exclusive. You don't have cosplayers, you don't have people selling posters, you don't have people with gimmicks.
Yeah.
It's pure comics, and I love it. It's the best. It's the best festival, I think, in Queensland.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I really
that was
do.
just Nat having to go at my gimmicks.
No. No, not at all. What are your gimmicks?
My gimmicks are these cards.
Oh, right. No. I didn't mean that.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, sure. Righto, next question. Go for
Okay,
it.
next question. What's the most valuable lesson you've learned about storytelling through your work in comics?
Well, I'm not really a creator as such, but
what lessons have you learned just from doing comics?
Patience.
Patience.
You've got to be patient. Not everyone's going to buy every comic that you put out.
Yeah.
And sometimes you've got to wait for the right moment to be able to produce something that's going to sell. Sometimes you don't find it ever.
Yeah.
It's a matter of just keeping on going. And if you don't sell something, like I was saying it was someone else, about I've got a book that I published and I can't sell copies of. And to me, in my mind, it's one of the best things I ever did in publishing, but no one likes it. But, it doesn't matter, not really. It's done. It's published, it's out there, if people want it.
Do you want to say what it is, or you just want to...
I won't. No.
You won't, okay.
No.
I thought you were avoiding it, but I wasn't sure.
No, I was.
Yeah, you were. Sorry about that.
In case there's someone listening who was creating it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want pity buys.
Pardon me?
No pity buys.
No. Righto, third question.
How has your local community or environment in Australia shaped your creative process?
To a great degree. When I was in high school, there was an article in the newspaper that featured the late John Ryan's comic book collection.
Oh, okay.
And he's the guy that was a Australian comic historian, and I decided on a whim to write to him. I was in high school, and he was nice enough to write to me back, and he sent me a whole lot of monographs that he had published, talking about Australian comics, and before that I knew nothing about it. This is before his book was published.
Yep.
And I guess because he was in the local community, he asked me if I'd come over and visit him. He was on the south side, and foolishly I didn't. I continued writing, but I didn't go in to see him. One of those things that I wish I had. But through him, I guess I met other people. I mean, he introduced me to John Dixon, who in turn introduced me to his work Air Hawk. And then I think when John sent me all this stuff about Australian comics, I changed my mind. Earlier, before that, I thought I'm going to be a cartoonist. I want to be a cartoonist. And then when John sent me all this material about Australian comics, I thought, no, stuff this. I'm going to be an Australian comic publisher.
Oh, nice.
And this is someone who was, 13, 14. There you go. And so the die was cast,
Yeah.
so to speak, you know. And
Yep.
so when the opportunity came, I decided to publish comics. And then there was a period in my life where, you know, the money didn't matter as much as it used to. You know, the mortgage was just about paid off. The kids were out of your hands, and it was a time to publish. And so since about 2011, I've just published and haven't stopped.
Well,
It's a sickness that you can't get rid of.
I started my sickness at 47, not 13.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah, right.
Okay, you actually picked 4 questions, so I'm going to give you the fourth
okay.
one.
Righto. I can't count.
That's okay.
Yep.
Neither can I, so it's all good.
Yep.
What advice would you give an aspiring comic creator in Australia looking to break into the industry? This is a good question for you.
It is. It's a matter of persevering,
Yep.
learning your craft, being comfortable with your craft, being comfortable with rejections, not caring really too much what other people might say about your craft.
Yep.
Do something that pleases yourself with the hope that it's going to connect with someone else in the industry or someone who may not be associated with the industry who might be really interested in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
That's
answer.
my advice. Yeah.
With the same spot.
Well, this has been Nat. Oh, sorry, you had more?
No, that's
This
right.
is Nat Karmichael. And
This
I'm
is us.
Sid from ComX.
Here we are. We've known each other for how long now?
Oh, well, now.
At least 5 minutes.
At least 5 minutes, yeah.